Hey everyone, this is Angel from Apex Gaming with a brand new video for Death Stranding, and today we are going to have a talk about the new Tokyo Game Show 2019 footage that has arrived early this morning. Although this was entirely in Japanese with the help of the inaccurate subtitles in livestream as well as this nice article in the PlayStation blog, we can understand a lot better what is happening here finally in Death Stranding. First, we see Sam preparing for a mission by picking up his equipment and balancing his cargo. All of the equipment that you carry is crafted in this access terminal, and we have here at the bottom 6 different types of currencies or materials that I guess can be used to 3D print any of these items. In a later part of the gameplay, we see Sam gathering cryptobiotes. So I guess we will have to search for this in the world, but maybe some of these currencies can come from dismantling items or being dropped by enemies. There seems to be 4 categories of items that you can craft: tools, clothes or equipment, weapons, and vehicles. Each individual item has a size and also a specific weight. It appears that there is a maximum load of 120 kilograms that you can carry and balance in different points of your body, like the arms or the hips, as well as being carried by hand or hanging from other stuff on your back. Obviously, this will have a deep impact on the game experience, so depending if you want to explore or go into combat, you should select your loadout wisely to avoid being stuck in trouble by being too slow or perhaps losing balance while going downhill or crossing the void in your ladder. As we can see here in this screen, for this specific mission you need to deliver 4 packages, and then you have 11 crates that are some other extra stuff that you have packed. There are interesting stats like movement speed, balance, terrain resistance, stamina, carrying and lung capacity, and resistance to falling unconscious. I'm not sure if you can upgrade these by leveling up, if you can actually level up, but what we have confirmed right now is that the equipment that you find, loot or craft does have an impact on Sam, even though it is temporary. For example, in this gameplay we see Sam looting a mule postbox and getting a speed skeleton level 1. This allows him to increase the carrying capacity, run faster, and perform big jumps that allow him to escape from the enemy. The level of battery is shown by the lights in the skeleton: blue when it's fully charged, yellow on low charge, and red when it is depleted. You can recharge the battery on these isolated battery stations or use your electronics while standing on power grids. It is very interesting to think about any other devices that possibly could help you to improve your character stats, and I imagine that there will be high-tier stuff that will let you access secret areas or make tasks like combat a lot easier. Back to the gameplay, we see Sam leaving the facility and using the map to plan his route, using this very handy marker tool which will show in the real world. The map can be shifted into a topographical view that takes all the areas, hills, valleys, and bodies of water into account. A cool thing is that using the pulse or scanner besides marking stuff will let you see the depth of rivers, so you can see where you can walk and which areas to avoid so you don't lose balance and perhaps some of your cargo. There are some very basic swim controls while you are in the surface, like paddling left and right, but we don't know if you can actually swim underwater, but it is a possibility. Doing physically demanding activities will drain your stamina, making things more difficult to carry, but you can recover it by having an energy drink, sleeping in the wild, or resting in one of the private rooms, where you can also take a bath or go to the bathroom. We had our first glimpse on exploration on the past Gamescom gameplay, but they go a little bit deeper here. We saw Sam using a rope to go down this cliff and using a ladder to cross to the other side of this river. The cool and weird part is that while you won't be bumping into direct contact with other players in the world, you may come across things that they have built or left behind. PlayStation blog confirmed that this feature will require an active internet connection, but there is no word about if PlayStation Plus is required as well. For example, there was this other ladder that suddenly appeared next to you after Sam did his delivery, And funny thing is that you can interact with it by dismantling it or leaving a like, which I think is a small hint of what Kojima is plotting about the stranding genre that Death Stranding will have as a breakthrough. How many player objects can appear at the same time? How long will they remain there? Is this based on your server region? Man, there are so many questions about this, and I can't even start to imagine what kind of Easter eggs or secrets has Kojima and his team hidden with the stranding element in mind. Perhaps you can get to the top of the mountain only by collaborating with other players around the world, each one placing a ladder? I don't know, but this really blows my mind. Players can also mark other objects like post boxes, music stations, recharging springs, motorcycles, and more. And talking about those post boxes, there are private and shared lockers inside them, so I don't know if you will be able to share stuff with others like items or guns. You can also discover things by yourself by calling out, "Hey!" Doing this near one of these discoverable locations will make the like symbol pop. You can mark locations with different types of symbols like warnings, route info, and these other three categories that were not shown. But if I take a guess, we have some sort of emojis, collaboration thing, and ideas. These markers will be visible from a distance and some will show in your map. I don't know if there is a toggle option for them to appear or not, or if they are activated due to the proximity. But once Sam made the delivery and the region was connected to the chiral network coverage, all nearby symbols popped in the map. The world seems so big, and I am really wondering if the different stations or delivery points will actually work as fast travel points further in the game. Once you reach your destination for a certain cargo, they will glow to let you know you are nearby the destination, and once you do the delivery, you will get likes and perhaps other rewards. I am guessing this depends on the integrity of the package that you are delivering, because as we see here, certain items can be destroyed upon impact, but I'm not 100% sure if this applies to your mission packages as well. There are a lot of curious mechanics that are related exclusively to Sam and Bibi, which adds a kind of survival layer of some sort to the game. So we have already watched that you can pee in the wild, but there is also a private rooms where you can replenish your blood levels, charge batteries, pacify Bibi, take a dump, or a shower. In the wild you can massage your shoulders, stretch your legs, and sleep or take a refreshing bath in a hot spring. But you can also interact with Bibi. We saw earlier in Gamescom that you can cradle him, but now we know that you can also play music to him or take a bath in the hot spring and sing a song to him. Several vehicles that you can use to traverse the map in Death Stranding were featured in the Tokyo Game Show gameplay. All of them seem to work on batteries that start draining once on movement, and when certain amount of shock damage is applied to them, they will stop functioning. There was this mule track that Sam stole from the bad guys. The motorcycle that was shown in a previous trailer, but now we see in action. And this floating carrier. I wonder if all of these can be crafted or you can buy them in the terminal on your main base of operation, and if you need special blueprints to do so. No matter what, we can be sure that we will be able to travel faster in the world by using this. I think I am going to get a little bit of backlash for this, but I think the combat is one of the weak spots of Death Stranding up to this point. I know we still haven't seen the whole picture, but besides the stealth factor, that I think is pretty cool, I think the mechanics seem kinda slow. Here we see the Bola gun in action, with 13 shots and 1000 health, which fires a trap that immobilizes human enemies and BTs on the spot. We see some melee action here, which is cool, and I like the slow motion effect once you hit the guard and knock him out. BT combat is kinda weird. Once you arrive to a zone with BT presence, your sensors will warn you and rain will start to pour down. Here they are gathered around a blood bag, which is interesting. We saw by the end of the stream that you heal by getting a blood transfusion, so perhaps the blood attracts and/or harms BTs in some sort of way, because one of the grenades that Sam uses against the big boss is called a hematic grenade. So, hematic means something related to or that affects the blood, and the description of the grenade says it is designed for use against BTs, drawing blood from a blood bag or Sam's body. By the end of the fight, Sam uses an anti-BT handgun, which is also hematic, so the relationship between blood and BTs is very clear there. Finally, there is another grenade called EX Grenade number 0, which is a capsule made of, quote, Sam's condensed body fluids collected from the shower, but we don't see it in action. Back to the first BTs that Sam was encountering, you can hold your breath once BTs show by pressing R1 button, which we have seen Sam do in previous trailers. I don't understand what actually triggers the presence of these other BTs called catchers, but they cover Sam with tar. During this, you can try to break free by shaking off or grip for balance while you are being pulled by the tar enemies. Once the enemies overwhelm you, they will drag you into combat with another monster. Mobility seems to be a big part of the combat, as we see Sam running, climbing, and jumping to avoid the monster. One of the most interesting things was the presence of these white human-like figures that, if I understand correctly, are other players or connections that you have established in the map. Using the communicate button will make them appear and throw items at you or simply just root for you to win the combat. The attacks of the monster are very cool, but I have the sensation that they are very slow and easily avoidable, but let's hope that a higher difficulty setting can fix it. And that's it for this video, ladies and gents. A lot of great information from this massive 50-minute gameplay. There is supposed to be another one tomorrow, but Borderlands 3 launches and I'm not sure if I will have the time to dive into like this one, but maybe I will just do a simple upload to keep you guys up to date. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later on another Death Stranding video.